Hello, fermented folks and Meathead Media fans. Welcome to Meathead Media's first official live stream. We haven't done this before. We're very excited for it. We, of course, are Meathead Media. My name's Travis. That there is Zeb to my right, I guess, or left if you're watching on flip screen. I don't know. We started Meathead Media on Substack. We write reviews about movies and sometimes books, and even once William Shakespeare as a person. So that was fun. And we are under the umbrella of Fermented Fiction Presents, which is why you all at Fermented Fiction are seeing this lovely live stream. Little bit more about me. I'm one of the founders of Fermented Fiction. My brother and I, Clayton, started it. You've probably seen my face more times than you would like. I'm a teacher. I love movies and books, and that's pretty much all I'm going to say for my intro. Zebediah, what do you want the good people on the live stream to know about you, sir?
I'm a major cinephile. I try to keep up with the times in the movies, but while I'm not doing that, I'm an active graduate student in an exercise science doctorate. So I bring a lot of the MeatHead part to the MeatHead Media. It's a pleasure to be here today. Really excited to go through this and do our first official MeatHead broadcast.
Yeah, Zeb is unofficially the personal trainer for our entire friend group, and it's fantastic. And with us today to do a tier list ranking of 50 movies from the year 2025, and then to give our top 5 favorites, we have an awesome guest, Sam Morales, right?
That's right, Morales. Right? Yeah,
okay, you got Morales. From the Substack 100 Movies Every Catholic Should See, which is a fantastic movie review Substack about exactly what it says it's about. But I would say a lot more. You guys really dive into some really cool in-depth analyses of great movies, and you've become one of my trusted go-tos for if I'm on the fence of if I should go to this in theaters. I'll oftentimes go to your page and be like, see what they say. Yeah. So thank you for joining us, Sam. Could you tell us a little bit about you, who you are?
Yeah,
anything.
I'm coming to you from my childhood bedroom right now, and I'm home for the holidays. But yeah, I also teach like Travis, and Travis and I met at a teaching conference this past summer. But yeah, it started Substack in 2023, and it's really grown a lot since. Been really happy about it. And yeah, we finished our initial list of 100 movies, and we're now doing 100 more movies, but still finding time to do new movie reviews and other deep dive articles at the same time, and working on our own podcast. So you can find us at 100catholicmovies.substack.com, and our podcast, same name, on Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen to podcasts.
All right. I'm so sorry. Zeb, can you maybe take it? Just tell us a little bit about whatever you want to tell us about. First live stream, we're bound to have some technical difficulties, but I just lost my audio for hearing. So stall.
Stall. Smile and wave, boys. Sam, it's a pleasure to officially meet you. I did go through some of your stuff on the 100 movies every Catholic should watch, and I really like a lot of your takes. Can you tell us what kind of inspired you to start up this Substack, and where the impetus comes from in reviewing movies with a Catholic lens?
Yeah, it actually started, I was working for my alma mater, Christendom College in Italy. I was working for their study abroad program, and I just had a lot of time on my hands, and I knew I wanted to write something. And one of the things, and my dad got me for my birthday, he shipped it all the way to Italy, was this poster, this scratch off poster of 100 movies. And I think it's, after looking at it several times, I'm pretty sure it's the IMDb top 100, or at least for whenever it was made. But it was just cool. You scratch it off, and there's a cool little graphic for each movie as you watch it. So I was thinking, thinking of the Great Movies book by Roger Ebert and other similar books. It'd be cool to put out a book, 100 movies every Catholic should see, specifically because I feel like Catholics actually are not that great when it comes to having seen great movies, or a lot of them will think oh, like I'll just stop with like The Passion and some same movies. They're great movies. We have those on the list, but there's so much more beyond that. So that's sort of where that came from. And then my friend Joe Wilson, my partner in crime with the Substack, we also went to Christendom. He really latched onto the idea, but he was like, let's do it as a Substack first. So the book is in the works. That'll be published at some point. We're working with a publisher on that. But we're really proud to have finished the list and to really built up our subscribers. So it's been a fun almost 2.5 years. Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah, your Substack is quite popular actually. Like almost what,
Yeah,
15.
we're almost at 4,000 subs. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And with the list in particular, and turning it into a book, is it going to take a narrative essay format, or is it just going to be each essay by itself as like different reviews almost?
Yeah, it's actually going to be pretty much copy and paste with some editing, like to make sure they all hit a certain word count. And then some, just going through and talking to the people who wrote them and just saying like, are you happy the way it is? Is it okay if we change a few things here, just refine this here? So right now we're just trying to get a publisher. And then once we get there, we're going to do some deep editing, but pretty much copy and paste. There's actually one movie that we want to change, and that is we have Goodbye Mr. Chips, the 1960s version, and then after I watched the original 1930s version, I'm like, what are we doing here? We need to we need to switch it out. That's the only thing that's changing. That will change for the book. And you guys are the first to hear this.
That's
But
awesome.
pretty much it's going to be the same.
Exclusive content here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that. Thank
Yeah.
you, Zeb. Thank you. I got my ears back, so
Let's
we're
go.
all good to go. But that's awesome that book is coming out. And I think one thing I really appreciate, just to tout you guys a little more since you're our esteemed guest, one thing I really appreciate about your articles is that, well, two things. You are unafraid. I've seen a lot of like people in the Catholic sphere who sometimes are afraid to like tiptoe into types of content like no horror, which I get it. Like if that's not part of your sensibilities and you don't want to risk it, like that makes sense. But you guys seem pretty unafraid to find somebody who will walk into a theater and earnestly judge through a Catholic lens what they're watching. And I do think that's the second part, is the earnest judgment. Like I know that I'm getting a pretty like robust Catholic review of a movie, which might not be for everybody, but is, sometimes something I'm very, very much looking forward to, of like, okay, will this like offend my religious sensibilities? I need to know that before I walk in,
Yeah, shout out to this guy named Dean Robbins, who I met after a concert in DC, and he recognized me from the Substack. Like I'd never met this guy before in my life, or like from the podcast. I don't know if he heard. I don't know if he heard my voice from the podcast, or he just like recognized my picture from like the small profile picture on Substack. But he's come through a lot with like he did our 28 Years Later review. He did our Weapons review. Like he's just like Eddington. Like he's just like loves like horror or like things that are closer in that genre, and he'll just jump in and he just reviews them so well. So yeah, shout out to him. Yeah, for a lot of my favorite reviews that we put out have been from him this year.
That's amazing. Well, we are going to talk about a few of those movies and many, many more. And I am about to share. Let's add the stage here. So here's our tier list we got. I took F tier off because I don't like to give anything an F. Okay. Not at school. I definitely give my students Fs, but when people have put their blood, sweat, and tears into like the creative process, it's a little hard for me to be like, this is a failure. It's like,
yeah,
man, you got something on the screen. Like that's at least a D. But I did replace it with, we just didn't watch it, because there's going to be a couple of these that I think all three of us probably missed.
Yeah.
And kind of hard to rank something that we didn't watch.
Yeah.
So I pulled these from flickchart.com's rank chart on the top 50 movies of 2025, which I think they just go by kind of like user upvotes. So I'm not going to, I used their ranking like order, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's how we're going to end up seeing everything. So, without further ado, I think let's just make this open discussion. Are we ready to jump in?
Bring
All
the
right,
heat.
and just go
Let's
ahead and
go.
keep yourselves unmuted and let's flow. So, our first movie up first is probably the most talked about movie of the year, I'd say, and it's Sinners. So we got Sinners. I'm gonna just drop it there in B, but we can move it around. Anyone have any outstandingly powerful opinions on the movie Sinners?
Sinners is S tier.
Ooh,
Right off the
ooh. Right off the bat, you're saying S tier, Zeb?
right
Yeah.
off the rip. Sinners is an undeniable classic from the get-go. And I watched it 2-3 times in the course of the same week just to really get the full picture, just in case I missed anything. And what really struck me as S tier material, number one, the acting is fantastic. The plot line, I think, is exquisite, especially tying in the music to the spirituality and the history of the culture. That really set it apart for me.
I still have yet to see Sinners, so I'm gonna stay quiet on this one.
See, oh man, that's a good argument, but I'm gonna say I would bump it down to A. I think anything less than A is an insult to the visuals and to the just pure cinematic uniqueness that it brought. Like you haven't seen anything like this before visually. My reason that it's not S is like the plot line is not unique. It's basically From Dusk Till Dawn, but in the Jim Crow South with with more cultural flair added and a lot more I'd say it has more complexity than some of the plot points of that movie. But I've watched it 3 times now, well 2.5, and it's a movie that has gotten worse every time I've watched it, where I'm like, oh, that original in the theaters luster wore off, and now I'm like, yeah, this is good, but that good? I don't know. But Sam, you heard both of our compelling arguments, not really arguments or debates, but how about you break the tie even though you haven't seen it, just based on what Zeb and I said.
I mean, yeah, I've heard a lot about this movie and just from so many different takes on it. I feel like from a craft perspective, this seems like S tier.
Okay.
From story perspective, again, that's where I can't really weigh in as much. But I literally I drove to the beach with my two of my friends who had a heated debate about this, and I heard so many different sides from this. Craft perspective, S. I think from everything I've heard about the story, I think I lean a little bit more towards what you're saying, Travis. But again, I can only talk about it from what I've seen from like a craft perspective, and it does seem like it's like one of the best made movies of the year.
All right. We'll put it up in S then, Zeb. We'll put it up in S.
I was going to say, Travis, your argument did kind of persuade me a little bit. I'd be willing to concede A because I think there are a couple plot points that don't get touched on as much as they could to fully flesh out the story, like the Native Americans scene in the beginning. And I wish they would have fleshed out the dynamic, the Irish and the party goers.
Well, for the sake of not going back and forth the whole show, I will take your concession. I thank you for your respect, sir. Next one, we're sticking with kind of horror at the get-go here, but we will move into the other stuff. Don't worry. 28 years later. I'm going to start on this one. I fluctuated for a while on whether this was A or B. Because I really, really love the heart of the story. It felt like a story about masculinity, about different father figures and the flaws in both, about the mother figure, and about what this kid is going to become in the trilogy. And that has been a subject that I've been obsessed with for like 3 years now, is like how to teach young boys how to be men of the future. So it really pulled at my heartstrings that way. Upon some rewatching, it's messy. it's not the most well thought out plot. There are a lot of holes in it. Some of them are just for flavor, which I can accept. But overall, I don't think it's any lower than B. I can't quite decide if I think it's A.
I'm gonna argue strongly for B. Uh,
Okay.
I would want it to be in C for a number of reasons, but those reasons I think stem from the original 28 Days Later, and so I can't really take it away. Like the shaky cam
Yeah.
really just threw me for a loop. I thought that was a negative
Mm.
for me, but I know it has a history. My biggest uh, points against it are just purely plot. Like they waste arrows repeatedly, and it's such a finite resource. Who takes a 13-year-old kid to hunt things that actually kill you? Like you take him to hunt a deer.
It's
Sure.
a rite of passage. It's a rite of passage, Zeb.
All right. Let me just get that. And then the 13-year-old kid decides he's big enough and tough enough to go out on his own in the end of the movie. And then it finishes with Irish breakdancing ninjas just jumping around doing parkour. There were too many. And then the alpha male, like all of a sudden being like 7 feet tall. Like, what kind of virus is this? Like, what's the biological logistics of this? Like, all of a sudden it's a 7 foot tall man. I don't
I
know.
think that guy just is 7 feet tall. But Sam, what do you think? Did you watch 28?
I did. I think I'd say B. I really enjoyed it in the theaters. I actually thought that I liked the cliffhanger ending with the Power Ranger guys. It's a neat callback to the beginning. He's got the Power Ranger action figure. Like it's silly, but like also that actually made me because I was like, I like this, but I don't know how interested I am in a sequel. And then with that bonkers ending, I was like, okay, I'm willing to see where it goes. But for a zombie movie, yeah, I would agree it's messy, but I think it was just creative and different from anything I'd seen before in that genre. Um, yeah, and also just Danny Boyle's direction is wild. I mean, with the
It
iPhones
is.
and whatever the thing where the camera goes like this and it goes
Yeah.
like yeah, like that threw me for a loop, but I was down with it. So I'd say squarely B, especially just thinking of some of the other movies that are in my mind are going to get A. I feel like very creative, like creatively very creative and direction. I think the cast is good. Ralph Fiennes is great.
Yeah.
Um, but honestly, the story could have grabbed me a little bit more. Yeah.
Cool. I like B. All right. And I'm with you, Zeb. There's definitely a lot of like the one my dad couldn't get over when we watched it was the Ralph Fiennes rubs himself with the
Oh,
With iodine.
iodine. Yeah.
iodine, and dad just the whole time, like the whole last third of that movie, he's like, "Where is he getting the iodine?" It's like-
Yeah,
He was a doctor, right? Like that
yeah,
was.
I was also particularly frustrated with the boiling skull scene. Like, there's no way it took just like 10 minutes. It's not, it's a labor intensive process.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I think this is a fun one that was on the list. The Accountant 2. Did either of you watch The Accountant 2?
I did not.
I think it's a fun C.
I don't know, man. In the context of like this tier list, though, to put it one level below 28 years later, I
That's
think is tough. That's a tough call. In relation to like the first accountant, sure. It's a solid C tier, but like in this list, oof, I don't know.
Here's where I'm gonna argue. I think in the context of this list, you're gonna see some movies that are like solid D's that are much worse than this.
Okay.
And it can be low C in the future, but it's a fun, dumb romp with some really stupid, corny lines that are also kind of funny. The whole plot line of the like group of children at the like autism place that just like can just
Yeah.
hack into the CIA via their super powered minds apparently is hilariously dumb. But yeah, it's got some compelling action scenes and it was a cool dynamic. John Berthnell and Ben Affleck working together was pretty fun. I'm going to leave it in C, but we can move it later. This is one I haven't seen. I don't know if you two have seen it in theaters. Oh, sweet. Sam, we've got Avatar, Fire and Ash. I haven't seen it.
I'm leaning towards A. I mean, just this like I was thinking about this when I was making my like top 10 list, and it's just like it's on a complete different level of filmmaking than like I think almost any other movie that's been out this year or in the past few years. It's just James Cameron just the technical prowess that is on display and especially watching the behind the scenes documentary they put on Disney Plus of just like so much work they put into like getting the performances. Um it's just insane. Like, is it a retread of Way of Water in a lot of ways? Yes. But also it just knocked my socks off in IMAX 3D. And I had a great time with it. So I'd put it squarely in A. Um yeah, that's my take.
I like it. Zeb, have you gone yet?
I have I haven't seen it yet, but I've seen enough. I've seen enough clips to be amused and intrigued.
Well, Sam, you get final say then. You're the only one.
Let's go. A for Avatar.
We'll put it in A for Avatar. This one, I have a lot of thoughts on as well. I'm going to nestle it in B here for a second. But Ballerina, a John Wick tale. Did either of you see that?
I did not.
Zeb, what did you think?
I have a laundry list of things in this movie that made me angry. That just completely unrealistic, even for the John Wick franchise. That I thought, like, to put a grenade in a corner and then stand behind a door in said corner and not have complete traumatic brain injury and deafness is just one of the many issues. Also, this was a movie that knew what it was going into it because it's the John Wick franchise. But I have a hard time getting over a lot of the just implausibilities. I'd put it in D tier if I'm being really harsh, but I'm willing to keep it in C for being just fun.
Here's my argument for high C over The Accountant 2. Flamethrower fight. Tell me that wasn't one of the coolest action sequences you've ever seen put to film.
It was.
It was pretty dope.
It was. I just couldn't get over that it was a flamethrower fight sequence and that, like, normally flamethrowers have at most like 30 seconds of constant stream.
Yeah. I feel like these movies, even the worst of the John Wick franchise, which I would say you're right, Zeb, Ballerina is the worst so far. Well, I don't know. That TV show was pretty bad. But even they're like the cousin that Fast and Furious looks up to and like wants to be, but then he comes home for the holidays and is just like so much better. And Fast and Furious is like, oh darn it, I want to be like you. Yeah. All right, you're good with C?
I'm good with C.
Okay. This one I loved. I don't think a lot of people saw it. Black Bag. Anyone see Black Bag? I did
see it. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Sam's mysterious got his lunch. There we go. I love it. You mentioned it before. It is.
I did see Black Bag. Yeah. Yeah. I'm curious. I'm curious to hear what you. I'm like between two. So what do you have strong feelings?
Yes, I do. I'm a big fan of this director, though, so I'm very biased. I'm a big fan of Soderbergh. I think this is a really good movie. It's clean. It's crisp. Great dialogue. I think it's a simple plot that paid off in the end. I liked all the characterization. I liked how they all worked together. So, yeah, I say it's A. My love of Soderbergh sometimes is like, it's an S tier. It's not. This isn't Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. This isn't one of the best spy movies I've ever seen, but it's solid. I'm a big fan of it.
I'm like solid B. I'm a big Soderbergh fan as well. I love like Logan Lucky is my all-time favorite Soderbergh, and that's like S tier all the way.
All the way.
This one was like decent. I just like honestly, I saw one after like pretty soon after it came out. I just can't remember a lot about it. Which I feel like is like, and like I've had no desire to rewatch it, but it's cool to see Fassbender because I haven't seen him in a while, and Pierce Brosnan, a great cast, Kate Blanchett, they all killed it. It felt like a TV episode, honestly, not in a bad way, but just like, yeah, or like a TV movie, honestly. It's very similar to how I felt about No Sudden Move. I remember really enjoying it, but like I can't remember anything about that movie. Like that came out in COVID, straight to HBO Max. So it was solid. But compared to other Soderbergh, I feel like B is where I'm throwing it.
I'll concede because I think what we have in A right now is like very visually masterpieces, like things that you haven't seen anything like it before, and that's not Black Bag. I do think this is better story wise than 28 Years Later, so I'll probably put it higher B.
I would agree with that.
Okay, cool. All right, next one we have another two horrors in a row. I might actually skip around here a little bit to diversify our genres. But Final Destination Bloodlines. Anyone see that?
I did not.
Nope.
Okay. It's a fun, since I have final say here. Ooh, it's D tier. It's fun. It's like got some really actually hilariously timing moments, like the timing comedy elements of this make it a horror comedy all the way. But at the end of the day, it's still a Final Destination movie that sometimes I'm like, should I really even be watching a movie about people dying gruesomely? Okay, I have strong. Wait, no, let's skip around. Let's go to Captain America. Captain America.
I didn't see it.
You didn't see it? Oh man,
No.
Zeb.
I chose not to watch it because it looked so ridiculous.
It's bad.
Let's go with D.
It is.
I trust you.
It is a Franken movie. A couple of those came out this year where it's like, oh, this was something else, and then they got scared that the culture would reject it, so they changed it last minute.
It's
You
crazy.
can literally tell.
Reshoots.
Yeah, you can tell in the script in several scenes that they like last minute changed a bunch about this. So
which almost makes me want to watch it, but it clearly didn't make me go to the theaters. But someday on Disney Plus, like I'm just so curious to see Franken movie like that.
Franken movie. Oh, let's go to one that me and Zeb are going to argue about. Caught Stealing.
Ooh, yeah. I'll leave this to you guys. I didn't see this one.
Oh,
okay. Listen. I think this movie was, and I'm literally reading off my letterbox because it bothered me so much.
Mm-hmm.
More like Caught Stealing 2 hours of my life. This was a muddled attempt at multiple meaningful storylines with characters we couldn't relate to and weren't fleshed out, or we didn't know enough to care about. It finished with a 3-part ending that each one was cliche. The 3-part ending is really what bothered me the most because it was like, oh, okay, wow, resolution. Just kidding. One more ending. Just kidding. And now we're finally done. I'm going to give it a C tier.
Here's what I'm going to ask. I'm going to ask for us to compromise because I would give this an A. I think it's, again, I'm going to use this word a lot for some of these movies. I like when a movie is crisp. I think the visuals in this are very crisp. Like the camera work is not chaotic, but like chaotic at the right moments, but it follows very well. I think the storyline works. I think some of the problems that you and I have discussed of you had with like side characters not having enough screen time and such. I'm like, I don't think this movie was about anybody but Austin Butler's character. And like the whole storyline focuses around purely just him and him trying to get out of this predicament that other people have kind of got him in, but he's also using it as like a way to get out of the interior struggles that he has. So I thought it was A, storyline wise. I do see some of your problems with the multiple endings, and I think it has a few issues that keep it away from obviously being S. And in the whole filmography of wow, I am forgetting directors' names today. Not
Aronofsky.
In the whole filmography of Aronofsky, it's definitely not his strongest entry. But can we compromise and throw it in the low B?
We can 100% compromise because it was fantastic cinematography.
It was very well done. Okay. This one I'm excited. Begonia.
I apologize. I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it either. It's all you, Travis. I do want to see it. I've heard some awesome stuff about this.
Do I get to just make a...
You get a unilateral.
I'm throwing it in S. This movie is unlike anything you have ever seen before. It is bonkers. It is Lanthimos back in full true form. His last couple were good, but I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I like what you're doing. This is like, yeah, I can't even talk about it. Like, you have to watch it.
Yeah, I know I need to see this at some point from everything I've heard about it.
But I would say it definitely is deserving of S tier. It is fantastic. if Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons don't get at least nominated, if not win, I will be very, very disappointed. All right. I'm skipping around here for some F1.
F1. I think that's a B for me.
B. Okay. High
I
B, low B.
I mean, compared to, I mean, I put high B just compared to the other movies on there. Um, yeah, like, yeah, I saw this at IMAX at like 10:30 p.m. So maybe that was not the best. I was like, maybe I took some I had an espresso right before. But it was like, again, technically, craft wise, awesome. Like Kaczynski, like the Kaczynski's so good at this stuff. Hans Zimmer score amazing. Brad Pitt and what's his name? Damson Idris, both
Mhm.
fantastic. But like if I had to compare this, like if Top Gun Maverick is like an A or S for me, like I'd say it's like solid B story. I've seen some people's takes that are probably closer to a C or D in terms of the story, but I defend it. Like it's like good, like Jerry Bruckheimer produced like it's like a great 80s sports movie. It's like what Days of Thunder should have been.
Yep.
So for that and just like the incredible technical prowess and just how they shot this, high B for me.
I'm in complete agreement. I don't think it warrants an A because the storyline knocks it down for me. But like you said, it's a racing movie. You know, like this isn't where we're learning about love, life, and loss.
Hopefully not from the romance subplot.
They tried to do a little of that, like mentorship, the changing of the old guard. You know, the being a more experienced driver versus young driver, and that was fun to watch. But really, I just wanted to see people go fast.
Yeah, this is maybe our first one we're all in complete agreement with. I think high B for sure. It's as great. And I think that people, not to insult anyone you might personally know, but I think people that are like critically giving this in D, F, or C, it's a sports movie. Like,
Yeah.
and it's a damn good one. And sports movies are kind of supposed to be pretty simple. When they get too far out of that realm, usually they stop being sports movies. Like Moneyball is my favorite sports movie. It's barely a sports movie. Like, it's about a man like trying to make things work with his family and stuff. But yeah, I think F1 is a sports movie and a really, really well done one. There are funny moments if you take anyone to this that's a major F1 fan, which I did. My dad is like huge in F1 racing. And we went to the theaters together. And he was like, there was a couple moments where he just like grabbed me and was like, and I was like, "You all right, Dad?" And he's like, that wouldn't happen. Nope. But he got over it and also enjoyed it. He had fun. So
that's great.
Yeah. Okay, we have next. All right, we're gonna go back to horror now. I'm gonna drop it where I think it belongs. I'll probably get argued down, but Bring Her Back, S tier.
I remember you were hardcore pitching me on Bring Her Back when we met. I still haven't seen it, but you made a pretty convincing pitch.
I don't know if I'd continue to pitch it as hard because I rewatched it and it's a hard watch. Like it is a gory, gross movie. But holy crap, is it compelling. And yeah, I just think it's an excellent movie about grief and like going insane through grief and like how you have to be able to let people go or else it will completely consume you. But at the same time, you have to know that they like move on somewhere. And cheating death, I think there's a lot of really cool theological themes in this movie if you can get past the fact that it's gonna make your stomach churn because it is a nasty film. Zeb, did you watch it?
I did, but it was so gross to me. Will admit openly I did skip intermittently just to like get to what I thought were the plot points. I want to talk you down from an S tier, but I don't have enough ammo to actually talk you down.
I'm going to talk myself down because we did an episode on Fermented Fiction about it, and I did there's a lot of plot holes here, and you can kind of tell that the end was rewritten. So I don't think the story holds up, but I would like to put it, no, I'll do bottom of S tier. I like the way we've got A tier here. Sinners over Avatar.
Yeah, it looks good.
Okay, let's keep it there. This might be our first didn't watch. I don't know. Did any of you see Companion?
No.
No,
Right.
sorry.
Gone. Drop? Anyone see Drop?
No.
It had some compelling YouTube ads, but it wasn't enough to get me to see it.
Yeah, I agree. Eddington.
Oof.
I did not see it. But I'm very curious what you guys' takes are on it.
Zeb, did you see Eddington?
I did.
And okay, you get unilateral decision here. So tell us about Eddington because I haven't seen it yet either.
Oh, I'm biased. Okay, Eddington, in my opinion, was way too on the nose, way too real. It felt like a documentary. I hold that against it, but some people use that as an argument for its greatness. The movie and the plot line itself, you just are in a constant state of unease. If you enjoy that, then this is a movie. You know, this is something that really makes you think, and it feels like you're reliving the COVID era drama that occurred across the nation. The acting, the cinematography, and even the dialogue, I think warranted an A tier.
Okay.
Personally, I really didn't like the movie.
But you understand it's art.
I understand that it was a quality film.
Okay.
Good old Ari Aster.
I like it. Elio, first animated.
Did not watch.
No, sorry.
Fantastic Four, First Steps.
This one I feel like could be low A for me.
Low
but
A.
I could also see high B. I don't know if I'd say I was surprised because everything I was seeing from it looked like it was really solid, but just like a great family movie, like a great movie about family, like in a way like Incredibles is.
True.
And just a big fan of Galactus, and they finally got him right. But just like great, perfect cast too, and just leaning into the period setting, and also just so refreshing to have it not. I mean, obviously, it is very much going to connect into the future movies, but for what it is as a standalone movie, like we haven't gotten a solid one like that for Marvel since Sam Raimi movies, where it's just Spider-Man, just Fantastic Four. So from a craft perspective, incredible production design, awesome Michael G. Kino score. But I thought this was one of the better superhero movies I've seen in some time. So I'd go low A. I could be talked down to a B, but that's my gut reaction.
I think you're right. I'd put it high B simply because, and this might just be too much of a bias on my part of I've been so disappointed by Marvel for so long that every time I walk out of the theater liking a Marvel movie, I'm like, do I like this because they've been so bad? And I'm like, the bar has been lowered so low that this is fantastic. Nice. I do think you're right though, that it's the story and the heart of it are great. The fact of I did not expect to see a Marvel movie in 2025 have the heart of its story be we can't sacrifice the life of a child for any reason. I was like, hey, that's great. And I loved how the family thing worked, and I thought the final action sequence was pretty good. There was just something that I was like, I don't know, it felt short, it felt rushed a little bit.
The pacing was weird, which I don't know what I chalked that up to, just editing choices, stuff left on the room floor.
I think that was my biggest issue, was the pacing. It was it felt like something got chopped that shouldn't have, and that we lost a little bit of the story beats because of it. And because of that, I think we lost more development of the Thing and Flame On guy. I forget his name. Is it Johnny?
Oh, Johnny Storm, like the character or the actor?
As a character. I think both of them gave great performances, but they definitely took major second and third characters to Sue and Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So I would put it high B. Zeb, did you watch it? You can be our deciding vote.
I apologize. I haven't watched it because I have an aversion to Marvel lately.
Okay.
Valid.
Are you good with high B over F1, Sam?
I'm good with that. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Although, yeah, F1 needs to go back.
Oh, oops. Oh, I'll move it. Okay, our next one is Frankenstein.
Ooh, I'm big S tier on Frankenstein.
S tier. Okay.
I love Frankenstein. Yeah.
Two S tiers.
That was a great movie.
Yeah.
I'm outvoted then. I like it. I think it earns S tier visually. It earns S tier performance wise. It earns S tier music wise. Like so much of it is such a beautiful movie. I'm just a book snob, and they made some decisions that I didn't like. So,
Hey, that's fair. But Travis, you always bring this up whenever we discuss Frankenstein, and I think they finally did this correct. Is Frankenstein ugly or beautiful in this movie?
He could be seen as both. I think they made it ambiguous with Jacob Elordi for sure.
I think it was a conscious choice to honor the book where the monster is beautiful, and I think Jacob Elordi was a conscious choice as opposed to some other adaptations like
Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro.
Nothing against Robert De Niro. It's just a very different take.
Very different. That's not a beautiful monster.
No. I think my one gripe against it, book adaptation wise, is that they removed a lot of the subtlety of the message that, which I guess there's not like, okay, it's a different kind of subtlety, but the message of Frankenstein, the novel, is always that Victor Frankenstein is just as much a monster as the monster he created. And I didn't love Guimero's decision to basically make him the only monster. Like there's not much that the monster does aside from killing like 10 innocent ship people at the end of the movie. There's not much he does that warrants him being seen as like a demon. Whereas in the book, they both are. Like the monster does abhorrent things. Victor does abhorrent things in creating him and also refusing to like give him a. Yeah, there was a lot more depth to the story of the book, and I get that they had to put things on the cutting room floor, but that would drop it only to A for me. Like it's still a masterpiece, so I'm definitely satisfied with S. It was fantastic.
Sweet.
Anyone watch Hamnet?
I did not. I want to.
I do too.
Oh,
Jeb?
okay. So none of us have seen it.
No, so
Didn't watch. What is this one? Oh, Hard Eyes.
Hard Eyes. No, sorry.
It was a Valentine's horror movie that had a little bit of buzz for a while. Jurassic World Rebirth.
I came so close to seeing this. I think I just came to see. I was like, I don't know if I want to see another Jurassic World movie. I love Gareth Edwards, but
so do I.
Enough. I watched one clip of it on YouTube and decided not to watch it. And I think just the clip alone that I saw should put it in D tier.
Going off.
Well, we're not going to go off a clip. We can't judge Gareth on just a YouTube clip. But,
dang.
It was rough.
I didn't watch it. Anyone watch the live action How to Train Your Dragon?
I actually did. I would actually put it like, I thought it was really like, it's actually like, I put it like C, like low C, but I put it above a D. Like it was cool that like one of the directors of the original actually made it. And like, it's just like, I don't know, like I went into it, like it was just on like at my cousin's house and I ended up like sitting through the whole thing. Like I thought the performances, I mean, just smart to put like Gerard Butler in the same role again. Production design, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, like it does look a little washed out, obviously, compared to the original, which is like kind of par for the course of live action remakes. But compared to like Lilo and Stitch, which like I love the original and I really hated the choice. Like they made just so many different choices with that movie, with the live action remake, that like seeing something like be faithful to it and like respectful and reverent towards the original because it's the same director. Like, is it a cash grab? 100%. But it was a lovingly made cash grab. So I'd give it low C.
I like that. I like lovingly made cash grab. Zeb, did you watch it?
I did not.
Okay. Well, C it is. Where would you move it on C, Sam? ballerina
Um,
and accountant
I
two.
think bottom is the other ones. At least are trying to do something new.
Okay.
Even accountant two. Like what I haven't seen, but I'd put it at the bottom.
K-pop Demon Hunters. A lot of buzz. Haven't watched it. My 8th graders are obsessed with it. Have any of us seen it?
Yeah, I'd put it like low A, high B. I feel
Okay.
like I'm leaning towards high B.
Okay.
But it's solid.
I want to argue. I want to argue for low A.
Yeah,
I think,
let's do low A.
I
It's
think
the animation is amazing. I love the
yeah,
animation so much. The songs are fantastic. They're so catchy, but also just great story.
great story. It is a unique story,
Yeah,
and it's a cultural story too, which I think adds weight to it.
Can
yeah.
you tell me a little more about it? Tell me to watch it because I've been hesitant. I don't love K-pop music. In fact, it grinds my it hurts my ears. But so I've been avoiding this. But should I watch it?
So the songs are not entirely in Korean, so they do have English mixed throughout. The songs themselves are bangers. They're quite fun.
Mhm.
Kids, I would understand get a lot more out of it, but even just from a cinematography perspective, great visuals, great plot line. The plot line is based around this culture of keeping demons in and out of the regular world. So it has that element, and it's just really fun.
Yeah.
It doesn't try to be anything else.
Okay.
Travis, do you like Spider-Verse?
I do.
Okay. And if you're like a fan of that style, it's very clear that this is like what the Sony animators who are still waiting for a green light for the third film, because that's I don't know what's going on there. Like that's what they worked on this and they brought their A game. Like I remember like first like walking by, like my cousins were watching it, and I was just mesmerized by like the character animation, just like every single frame. Like it just sucks you in. It's just so well done, especially like
Mm.
the main three girls. Just like their like charisma and like their like friendships. Like it's like just like really like just funny, like the way they interact.
Yeah.
So just like yeah, the character animation is just so on point where I just can't look away.
Yeah.
Like they killed it with that.
Yeah. And
All right.
all of the songs are originals as well. And the actors that voice the three main girls are three K-pop stars who are in the band.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it. I'll check it out.
Sweet.
All right. We got one of the newer ones just came out 2 weekends ago, I think. Marty Supreme.
I did see it. Have you guys?
Not
Yeah.
yet.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop it where I think it belongs, Sam. You can talk it down though. What do you think?
Ooh, I'm gonna talk it down. I'd say like B, low B at highest. I think from a craft perspective, cast perspective, like Josh Safdie did something amazing here. And like I was entertained, which is why I'm like willing to concede even B. But I just he's just I think with Uncut Gems, you have a very similar character with a much, I think, more it's shocking, but also I think appropriate ending. For
Mm,
this one, the ending, I was like, I don't know if he deserved that. I don't know if he deserved that. I just like I think the cast is great. I think Timothy's great, but I was like, wow, this is a really terrible dude.
yeah.
Which
I
I get.
love the
Part of the
ambiguity
point.
of the ending.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, like, yeah. I guess it's ambiguous. I mean, to me, like, you could look at the ending and say, like, okay, like he's gonna have to like. The thing is, like, you could look at it and say, like, this is he's gonna have to mature now, right? Like this is the beginning of his life. Like he got what he wanted, which was like to some might be silly, but he got what he wanted. He chased his dreams, and that's cool. But then I just remember that like that's not his wife, or even like that is someone else's. Like
Yeah.
I had to remind myself because I was like, whoa, like I was moved by the ending, and then I remembered that, and I was like, wait a second. I was like, this is just not good. Like
I
I
think I wasn't moved by the ending. I think the reason maybe I liked this one so much was it struck a chord with the amount of like I've met quite a few high level athletes, and like I'm not saying like ping pong is akin to wrestling or whatever, but the mindset that these people have to have is so poisonous. And I'm like, when like I have students who are like, hey, I want to be a professional football player. I'm like, I don't know if you do, because that has to be literally all you care about. You have to obsess about it. That's how
Yeah.
you become that good. And I think this movie showed that really well. And what I got from the ending was, because you're right, it stuck with me. I'm like, that's not his wife. And then he sees the baby and he has this moment where I think a lot of people might walk away and think like, oh, he's gonna get another chance. I walked away thinking like he's gonna ruin that too, because he's ruined
Oh,
literally everything else in his life. And Benny Safdie has not shown us an ounce of evidence that he'll change. Like he just cares about himself. And even though he's having this emotional moment of like, oh, that's my child, he's going to do the same thing he's been doing. And so I would concede low A, because I think it belongs in S. I think it was a fantastic movie, but could you come down to
I,
low
I
A?
could I could go to low A. Yeah.
Okay. Because I do see I do think ambiguous endings have the problem of like, I think more people probably will walk away with
Yeah.
with your ending, and that'll be bad.
Yeah.
To think like, oh yeah, Marty's gonna have a redemption arc. But I'm like, I don't think so. I don't think we have any evidence for
Yeah.
that.
All the ping pong scenes S tier though.
Oh, so good.
Mr.
So,
Waterfall from Shark Tank S tier. Tyler the Creator S tier.
yeah,
What a
yeah,
cast.
great cast. And yeah, when we talk about like original ideas, I can't think of anyone else doing this, Benny Safdie's style of like making you just uncomfortable for 2.5 hours, but you
Yeah.
can't stop watching. It's so interesting. Okay. I don't know what this picture is. Oh, did any of you watch this? I heard it was terrible, but I don't know. Materialists?
My little brother watched it and told me not to.
Okay. What would your little brother put it in? D?
He would probably put it in D tier. He was really upset.
Okay,
Oh,
Zeke?
no.
Zeke, we're doing it for you. We're not putting in didn't watch. We're doing it for you, Zeke.
That's great.
D tier. Mickey 17.
That's strong D from me.
Ooh.
I really did not like Mickey 17. I thought it was just like I thought it was the most annoying movie I'd seen in some time. I think
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson's great, but like what was that movie? I don't know what that movie was trying to say. I think
Zeb, did
it
you
was
watch
such
it?
a waste of a premise, and a waste of a cast, and it's just like
Yeah.
like this is more about like how many ways can we have sex with two clones than I would have liked.
Oh,
It's just like that's where you went with the premise, and not anywhere else with like a really cool original sci-fi thing. Just spent like way too much time chasing dead ends, and Mark Ruffalo is really funny. I don't know what he's doing. I think he's trying to be Trump. Um, but Mark Ruffalo's really funny, whether it's intentionally or not. So
I'm in
Did you watch
agreement.
it? You
It's a
agree?
low D for me. It could have been such a fun sci-fi movie, and it just turned into trying to be like the illusionist, or not the illusionist. What the heck is that movie with Hugh Jackman?
oh, The Prestige.
Yeah, it
I
was
just
like
rewatched that last night.
it turned into a disgusting version of The Prestige.
That's sad. That's sad to hear because I was excited to watch it. Now I probably just won't. Um, Mission Impossible.
Ooh, you got Nick Offerman on the poster. Let's
I
go.
know, interesting choice, but I like it.
Mm,
I want to say, if we're putting F1 in B, I think Mission Impossible belongs in B as well.
yeah, but I'd also say low B. Like
Yeah,
I thought the plane stunt I think is one of one of my favorites from the entire series.
it's
But
amazing.
it was just the pacing was all over. It was rushed. It felt like it just felt like it had a lot of the pieces. It just needed some more time in the oven.
Yeah,
Um,
the first 30 minutes of the script are just exposition. Like that's it.
yeah,
That was
I thought that
bad.
was a terrible way out for Luther. Like one of the best. Like this and Dead Reckoning, both I think had really crappy endings for great characters for Ilsa and
Yeah.
for Luther. So I just like I don't know what the choices were there. I feel like there were some behind the scenes shuffling with whether or not Tom Cruise, because I think Paramount was like, let's make this the last one and go all in. Tom Cruise is like, I don't know about that, so I'm not going to tie it. I think if it was the last one, you could have had a much more impactful ending.
Mhm.
But it's fun. I saw it twice in theaters. Didn't regret it. Submarine scene, amazing, especially in IMAX. But yeah, I just left it feeling a little wanting.
Yeah, I think when you get into the scenes of like why we go to these movies with the action sequences and like the stunt work, it's S tier. It's amazing. But everything in between is like, okay, a little rough there. But what do you think, Zeb?
Yeah, I want to rank it higher out of sheer respect for Tom Cruise in this series because it's so fun.
Yeah.
But it's starting to really feel like these missions aren't as impossible as they seem. Uh, and this movie, I think, had one really big thing going against it, and that's every 20 minutes was a 20-minute long, massively choreographed, huge action sequence. Like, if you would have just had the submarine scene, then that's a great like pivotal point. But then it was like the submarine scene, the plane scene, and then everything else sprinkled in between. I was fatigued by the end. Like I didn't have any. There was no adrenaline pumping for me by the time we got to the plane scene. I was like, yeah, it's going to work out somehow. The stakes weren't as the stake. I didn't feel any stakes by the ending.
I think Tom Cruise almost shot himself in the foot with these last two Mission Impossibles by making Maverick, because he set the bar so high of like Maverick has great story, great characterization, great action sequences, like all of it clicked. And then we got these two Mission Impossibles, and it's like, yeah, these are good, but Maverick was better. Like,
Yeah.
kinda...
And splitting one movie into two parts is my biggest pet peeve of like the past 5 years.
Yeah.
Like Dune, like Spider-Verse, like all these movies I think would have been better as one film. And I think like this one especially suffers. Even like I'd say the Avatar movies, those were like technically one film split into two, The Way of Water, and like I think that should have just been one film. Yeah, I mean, I get it. There was COVID, there were strikes, like there was a lot behind the scenes. The budget ballooned like to an insane amount, but I have to be honest, and I think like, but you know what? I would put it right below F1.
Okay.
But
I like that.
Yeah.
See if I can. Okay, I'll move stuff around later. Novocaine. Did anyone see Novocaine?
I did not. Had some pretty funny trailers.
It did have some funny trailers. All right, this one might be controversial because I've read the Catholic Movies You Should Watch article, and
I didn't write that because I haven't seen it actually.
Okay.
Yeah, the article my friend Charlie wrote, he probably put it in a D.
One battle after another. I definitely don't think I'd put it D. I'd put it low A, and my reason being, it is insanely well made. I mean, it's Paul Thomas Anderson. He's one of the best to ever do it. I did think a lot of the performances were incredible. Even Sean Penn's like purposely ridiculously over the top military guy, I actually enjoyed. It was funny.
He might win an Oscar.
Yeah, probably will.
I think
but
he might.
The ending is so bad it can't be S, because it just like it hamstringed itself. I don't know. Spoilers, people. Fermented fiction spoilers. Actually, no. Sam, you haven't seen it. I don't want to spoil anything.
Oh, it's okay. You can spoil it for me.
Okay.
I've read enough about it online.
It had the possibility for this beautiful ending about a father who finally gives up on his past life to take care of his teenage daughter, and like they become a family. That's what I thought it was going towards. Like all evidence and signposts pointed towards that ending. And instead we get this letter thrown in there from the mom that tries to redeem her. And it's like, no, this woman we have no redemption arc. We see her at the beginning where she cheats on her husband, abandons her husband and her daughter, and just goes into witness protection, where she immediately like tells on all her friends and then is just gone for the rest of the movie. And then the movie gives us a letter at the end that's like, I did it for you. And expects us to be like, oh, yeah, she was a good person. It's like, no, you didn't earn that. And then that letter makes the daughter just become the same rebel that she was, that the mom was her whole life. And I'm like, what? And Leo's like, yeah, be safe, burning down government buildings. I'm like, what is that ending? I loved the movie, but it felt like, I don't know where that came from, because it felt like Paul Thomas Anderson was like putting map dots of like, we're going towards this family arc where like at the end of this, they get that this life is not sustainable. And then he was just like, psych, it's all going to be the same from now on. And I hated that. So I'd say, now that I'm saying this to myself,
High
I
B.
think B, high B. Yeah.
I was gonna go high B, maybe even mid B. I wasn't a huge fan of the storyline. I'm much too analytical about certain logistics, like the underground still having, functioning operations this whole time, 16 years, and they still have a hotline. against the giant that is the US military NSA, no chance.
Mm-hmm.
No chance.
I did love some of the comedy with it, poked fun at both sides of the political fence sometimes. It's clear, I think it clearly has a strong bias in it, but there were scenes where it was poking fun at like the rebels of how just stupid they are with their code words. And that scene, I was laughing my butt off. And Benicio del Toro in this movie is mint.
That's what I've heard. I think I think I would watch it just for him.
Oh, he's fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. I like high B. It'll probably win an Oscar, but this one was on the list, so apparently it was popular, but I haven't seen it. I think I've watched one trailer, One of Them Days. Anyone?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's him, didn't watch. Predator Badlands.
It's on my list.
I liked it. I really liked it.
I did too. It's not A or S.
I like high B. I put high B. Yeah.
I agree. It's fun.
What a fun movie.
It is. And I love the little, like, they made the payoff moments of like all the creatures they interact with become his armor at the end. I was a big fan of that. The final action sequences were amazing. Paced really well. Corny, but fun.
Yeah.
Would you add anything, Sam?
Yeah, I just say like Dan Trachtenberg, he's really good at the setup payoff thing. I love 10 Cloverfield Lane. So it's just fun. He just knows what to do with genres that, like, I mean, I feel like there's so many directors who clearly, I mean, you could just watch so many of them that don't know what to do with a Predator movie, and he just clearly just like he was born for this, to make these movies, like between this and Prey. So would absolutely watch a sequel. Had a fun time with it.
Can I ask a quick, like, related question to the Predator movies? Have either of you seen the animated one, Killers of Killers?
Funny you say that. That's next.
Oh, hey, sorry. I couldn't tell by the pictures. My bad.
I have not seen it, so you might have a unilateral decision on this.
Ooh, shucks.
I've heard it's good.
I think it's solidly in B, but definitely low B. It's really fun. It ties. I don't know how much do you want me to spoil it? Because
Go ahead.
So somehow the Predators are also able to time travel in cryogenic freezing, and they pull a fighter from every era of human history, from a Viking to a World War II fighter pilot, and then they wake all of them up and have them fight, and that's the movie. I thought it was kick-ass because it was really fun to see the different fighting styles, and it was animated, so they were able to do a lot more than what could have been done with CGI or practical effects. And you knew what it was going into it. It's a Predator movie, but I enjoyed it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I need to watch it. Switching major gears to a different genre, Phoenician Scheme.
Ooh. I low-key either high A or low S. I really, really liked Phoenician Scheme. Like, I haven't laughed that hard in a movie in some time. Like, but also just like, yeah, I mean, like, big Wes Anderson fan, like, love the Catholic themes. Like, I I don't know. I felt like almost. I feel like I almost. It was almost like guilty pleasure. Like there were some people who were like sick of his style, but I just dug it. And Michael Cera is amazing in this. Like my favorite Michael Cera performance. But I thought it was interesting. There's some interesting themes of like Wes Anderson exploring whether or not he believes in God.
Hmm.
Um, but also it's like goofy Bryan Cranston, Tom Hanks shooting hoops. Um, I don't know. I'm just a sucker for Wes Anderson in general and his style. So I definitely really like this one.
Jeb?
I want to argue it down to a B, but I will concede. I will concede a higher ranking since I'm the minority. To me, this felt like the worst example of a Wes Anderson movie where he pulls in a ton of high-ranking actors and calls it with a mediocre script and calls it peak cinema. And I couldn't
Worse
get.
than the Alien one? Because that's been my least favorite so far.
Oh, Asteroid?
Asteroid City has been my least favorite.
No, not worse than that one.
I've avoided that one.
I I tried to watch this movie after contextualizing it up against Grand Budapest Hotel,
Yeah, that one's great.
and it was fun. Like, don't get me wrong, the movie was fun, but it just really wasn't. It wasn't his best work, and it wasn't a quality plot line.
There's no Fantastic Mr. Fox. I would agree with you there.
It's no Fantastic Mr. Fox, no Grand Budapest Hotel. Yeah.
I will admit I haven't watched it. So I think to split the two as the unbiased judge here would be to put it in low A, since you said, Sam, you might put it in an S and you said B. So let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go low A. Yeah, I need to watch it still. I just recently watched The French Dispatch finally.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. I'm a Wes Anderson guy though. I'm a sucker for that style. I don't know if I will ever get sick of it. Has anyone here watched Roofman?
No, but I've heard good things.
So have I. Didn't watch.
Oh.
This one, again, I just followed the list. I maybe should have thrown in some extras there, but sorry, babe. Apparently it was popular. I didn't see it. This one I really want to watch, but I haven't yet. The Ballad of Wallace Island.
Yeah, this has been showing up. We just put out our like top 2025 poll to our readers, and this is showing up a lot, like a lot more than I thought. And I remember seeing the trailer, think it was fine, but then I forgot about it. So I might have to check it out.
All right. We'll put that one on the list to watch. All right. Another one that might cause some discussion and controversy. Superman.
Oh, man.
I haven't seen it.
Okay. So it's just you and me, Sam.
I think walking out of it, I was like a low A. I think after some time, I'm more B-ish. I'm not exactly sure where. I left the theater like being really hopeful for like future DC movies, and like that was like, and I was like, okay, this is going like a really cool original direction, even if the movie was messy. But I still had a fun time with it. In the same way that I had fun with Guardians of the Galaxy movies. So that was well cast. I think Nicholas Hoult was awesome. Did it spend a little too much time on like Jimmy Olsen? Maybe, but also I kind of thought that was funny too. So yeah, I feel like middle of the road B.
Yeah, I would put it in between. So I tried to move it around and it didn't work. I would put it in between Mission Impossible and Predator Badlands. I thought Predator Badlands, it has the same kind of elements of like technically very compelling, very entertaining, has a good heart. But I thought Predator Badlands kind of pulled it off more. I had more fun there, and I thought it was more consistent storyline wise. Superman was a bit messier, but it was way more put together than
Mission Impossible. I would agree with that.
Okay. Yeah, I liked it. I'm excited for Superman's future too, because I did love that they brought it back to family again. Same with Fantastic Four, of like the reason he's so good is because he was taught by good parents. I loved that.
Yeah.
Okay, The Gorge.
Ooh.
I'm going D.
Oh.
Dang, I did not see it. My sister told me to watch it, but
I can see. How old is your sister, if I may ask?
she's like 20.
Oh, okay. That still makes sense. Like I can see it's okay. The chemistry between the two actors is phenomenal.
Yeah, I love Anya,
But that's about it. Like
yeah.
the movie is so weird. Like why is this romance movie also a
Was it
genre
Miles
movie?
Teller? Is it Miles
Yeah.
Teller? Okay.
And they're both snipers. I don't know. What did you think, Zeb?
I want to put it higher, man. This was a fun movie. I like that it had a really fun premise, which is this weird canyon has a bunch of weird plant people. The acting and the dialogue, it was a great love story. I just really enjoyed it because it was what I thought was like it felt like the Plants versus Zombies game, but in a canyon.
Love that.
That sounds awesome.
We can go. I'll go C. I won't give it B. I will not concede B.
The ending for me was, I think, what's really sold it for me because I love revenge.
Yeah. I just like if we're gonna put Black Bag and B tier, this is not even close as good as that.
Yeah, I think. Hold on, in the context of our tier list, I'll concede a D, but I want it on the record that I really enjoyed it.
I don't know. I think the more I look at it, it's better than Captain America.
And it's probably not. Well, would you? I can see you putting it over. It's an original film. You could probably put it over How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah. Let's do that. We can move things around at the end. Okay, we've got 3, 6, 9, 12 left. Here we go. The Long Walk.
It's on my list.
Okay, I'm gonna say B. It could have been A. There's actually moments of it that are really, really well done. And I thought it was walking towards it. It's kind of the same as One Battle After Another, where I thought it was walking towards a certain ending. And then it kind of went with the more like flashy one that I think lost some of the heart of the message. But I was actually pretty impressed by it, surprisingly so. The first quarter of it is kind of bad. Like you really got to get past the like YA dystopian novel dialogue of like, this is my buddy blank and blank and I'm this guy, my family's like this, and it's like, okay. But once you get past that, the like second and third act are actually really solid.
Sweet.
The Monkey, I have strong feelings.
I did not see it. It had a cool trailer, but it was not enough.
Zeb?
I watched it.
And
I enjoyed it right around the same amount that I enjoy like a Final Destination. It's just it's fun to watch people die in really stupid ways. Now, the actual like premise of it and like Evil Incarnate, I think that it's really cool. I think it touches on some fun stuff. I'd give it a B, maybe a C. But
all right, I'll concede a B. I would give this an A. If personally, S. I love this movie. It is what horror comedy wants to be. It is. You shouldn't be laughing the whole time, but you are. Like my mom and I literally said that to each other of like, why is this so funny? It should not be this funny, but it's bonkers. I'm a big fan of this movie, but I think you're right. It's B. It's not a cinematic masterpiece, but it is so fun.
It's really, really fun.
And just brutal. All right. Speaking of fun, the Naked Gun remake.
I didn't get around to seeing it. I heard it was great.
I saw it.
I'd say B. It's also fun. I watched it last night.
I would say it's also fun. I really enjoy that they brought back the Leslie Nielsen type of humor.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't pretend to have a compelling plot line. It was just it was like buddy cop, but slapstick humor all the way.
My biggest problem with it is much like most American comedies, a lot of the funniest parts you saw in the trailer, which is sad. you know, there wasn't a lot added to the joke count that I was like, oh yeah, I saw that in trailer. All right, Zeb and I have strong feelings on this one. I don't know if you saw it, Sam, but the
Did
Running
not.
Man.
I feel like I was convinced not to watch this.
Zeb, are we going D?
I'm going D. Yeah.
I'm going
Whoa.
D. I hated
Okay.
this movie.
Glad I didn't see it.
Please refer to my Meathead Media article where I rant at length about Glenn Powell's punchable face.
Seriously, do refer to that article because everything he had a problem with is exactly why I hated this movie. I walked out of the theaters very, very disappointed in Edgar Wright.
Dang.
Thunderbolts, early 2025 release.
I liked it. I liked it more than I liked Fantastic Four.
Oh, okay.
I was, yeah, like it held up for me on rewatch surprisingly well. Like just and also like maybe like tear up in the theater. Like surprisingly moving film. Really, really enjoyed it. It just again, and it goes back to like, was it my expectations were low to begin with? I mean, I think they were, but then seeing it again, I was like, no, this is solid. What's his name? Lewis Pullman just kills it in his character. Like his character is the heart of the entire film,
Yeah.
and Florence Pugh. I mean, and she's great.
Yeah.
Like they're both the heart of the film, but the ending just really gets me.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's a good, like I wouldn't put it in A, but yeah, I think high B is perfect for it.
I agree with you. I think it was, and I also enjoyed it more than Fantastic Four. I thought, yeah, Bob, the character Bob, is so good. Like just him, he kind of like lifts him and Florence Pugh lift that movie on their shoulders.
Yeah,
to great effect. I was a little disappointed, and this is just the nature of him as a character. I think I'm starting to get over any expectations otherwise of like, I'm so sick of Bucky being sidelined. Like he's my
yeah.
favorite. I love the Winter Soldier, and every movie he's in, it's like, oh, he's gonna be like big this time. Nope. Nope. He's just gonna be a side guy again.
Yeah, even in the show called The Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah. Oh, that was the most disappointing Bucky time. I was like, he's gonna have his spotlight.
Nope.
Anyone watch Together?
Disturbing trailer, man.
Yeah.
I mean, effectively disturbing, I should say.
Yes. I'm really excited to talk about this one. Wake Up Dead Man.
S. Absolute cinema.
It was fantastic. Can we talk about it a little bit? Someone jump in, gush a little.
I saw it in theaters. So there's a theater in New York City called the Paris Theater, and Netflix owns it. So I got to see it with a packed house, and the room was just electric. Like everyone was like started clapping like as soon as like Benoit Blanc appeared on screen. Like it was just such a great time, and like every joke hit. But also like the hush that came over the theater during the phone scene, and then during the later scene, just like everyone literally was having a religious experience watching this movie. And again, I've seen it again since, and it's held up. Granted, not the same on Netflix, but still phenomenal movie. Like Ryan Johnson. This reminded me of why I like Ryan Johnson. So especially because I did not like Glass Onion, and this felt like a return to form. Yeah, really, really enjoyed this.
Zeb?
I concur, man. After Glass Onion, I had a lot of pessimism going into this, but man, it was a fantastic ride. This was a great kind of murder mystery. It really delved deep into some of the Catholic themes, even though they weren't necessarily accurate. I think it was really unique and fun for a movie to have that be like the main plot is two priests. And I really enjoyed the unraveling of the mystery.
Yeah. I think the amount of fear and anxiety I had walking into it after seeing the trailer of like, oh man, like Netflix produced movie about a Catholic priest and a murder and Benoit Blanc, the like famously atheist detective character. This is going to be cringy and I'm going to walk away offended. And it was not that at all. Like Father Judd is such a good character. some of his lines. I just read a really, really like deep cut book on readings of the Old Testament called it's by an Orthodox guy, one of the Pajot brothers. Oh, what is it called? Language of Creation. And there's a line in this movie that like didn't come straight from it, but I'm like, that's what Matthew Pajot's talking about. And I was like really surprised by that because that's not commonplace theology. Like there's some really good stuff in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think S tier. It's the best of the trilogy, in my opinion. First one's also awesome. I liked Glass Onion, but it's definitely the worst.
Yeah.
And this is just a great movie. All right. Warfare.
I didn't see it.
I did see it. I have thoughts.
Oof.
What are your thoughts? Because I have thoughts. I would put it in A simply because it does exactly what it's supposed to do. It is
Okay.
a hard watch, and I think maybe is the only anti-war war film I've ever seen.
Okay. I can be really persuaded on this. My initial thought is B because it is kind of fatiguing for the same reason why you like it. When I watch a war movie, I do also want to see a story and not just a single room type film. And this one kind of dragged. It was like, okay, so this is 45 to 60 minutes of constant combat. Like, great. This seems more just like war porn. However, I completely and wholly agree with you that this is a fantastic anti-war movie.
Yeah, and the reason I don't see it as war porn at all is because I think war porn is like your 70-minute movie where they're like shooting the bad guys and you can see the bullets hitting and like it's an action scene. It's like a John Wick type thing, but in a more war context. If you remember, Warfare, all of the like drone footage, it's just suppressing fire. You like never see an enemy go down. All of the combat is just them getting shot at or blown up, and like no one sees any enemy die. The whole movie is just like brutality towards like the people who are participating in the war. And I'm like, okay, if you walk away from that film and your first thought is I want to enlist, I don't think you watched the same movie. Like there's something wrong. Whereas I think most war movies I watch, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with enlisting. Like thank you to our troops and such. 100% thank the heroes out there. But most war movies I walk away with kind of like this like manly, yeah, I want to be a soldier. Even the ones that are like dark and depressing. But this is the first one I left the theater and was like, I am glad that I was not in Afghanistan because that was terrible. So yeah, that's my reason for A, is because I think that was the purpose and they did it maybe too well.
I have a hard time not tying in my own personal opinions about the war in Afghanistan with films like this. Like the brutality of it is, what you use as a positive and I use it as a negative in this sense. And I also don't necessarily I love that it's anti-war, especially in the context of Afghanistan, because of my own personal opinions on that whole war as a whole. Mm-hmm. That's why I may be strongly biased to put it lower.
All right.
As a film.
Sorry.
Okay. Ahead. I was going to say, as a film, it is good.
Okay. So I'll move that around a sec. Weapons.
S? I'd maybe go S. You're high A.
I go high A.
High A. Yeah, I think I'd agree with that. Like, I definitely put it below Wake Up Dead Man, so high A is fine.
Why, yeah. Sam?
It is. It's just such a fun movie, and just like especially I'm talking about so many of these movies that struggle with pacing. Like I'd say even Avatar does too. Mission Impossible, Fantastic Four. Just everything. Like no shot is like wasted. No scene is wasted. All towards like this like tightly wound, mysterious, also silly premise. It just like works like to see a movie work like clockwork like that, like Twilight Zone premise. Like as soon as I knew the premise of this movie, like I don't know how long ago, I knew I didn't want to watch any trailers, and I didn't. I was just like, and I had not even seen Barbarian, but everything I heard about Barbarian, I was like, okay, I'm very interested in what this guy does next. And just seeing it in like I didn't even see it. I wish I saw it in a packed theater, but even like with like only a handful of other people in my theater with me, which actually made it more eerie too. Just yeah, I really love this movie.
I'm slightly anti this movie because I don't think it could figure out what it was or what it was about. And while everything was like really well shot, I love the 3-act or the 3 different perspectives as they converge. I'm not a big fan of the witchiness of it. Like, if you're gonna have a witch, I want just a tiny more like context to the witch. Travis, I know you have argued for like lore and stuff like this is like just her breaking the stick tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, I like it. I just mysterious for me.
My biggest anti this movie is the floating gun above the dream sequence. I was like, what is this movie about? School shootings? Is this movie about child death? What are we really getting at here? Like, are you trying to tell me something, or is this just for entertainment?
I think it was chaos. I think he honestly threw that in just to make people do exactly what you just did of like, what are you trying to tell me?
You got me.
Yeah, I thought it was simply weapons, like they're weapons, like that. Like he wasn't getting it all the way there in his dream, but like, I mean, he could have put a heat-seeking missile up there, and it probably would have been a better, more apt metaphor. But Travis, I feel the same way that you do about the monkey about this movie. Just like, can I explicate the reasons? Like obviously I could say that it's well directed. I could say that it's well cast, but like at some level, I'm just like, this is just shouldn't be as funny as it is. And it is, but also it's terrifying.
I'm going to outvote you, Zeb. I'm going to say I keep it high A because I was a big fan. And it just has so many elements that I love. Like Josh Brolin is an element that I love in almost everything he's in. Big Josh Brolin fan. And he's killing it in this movie. And also he plays a character. This is another element. He plays a character that I believed as a real person in the world. I've met a lot of like construction foremen or like, what's the term? Contract managers, like project managers. And they nailed it. Like the way he acts, the way he reacts as a father to such a tragedy. I was like, yeah, I've met that guy several times. And I think he would do exactly that. And I love when a movie does that. And then you're right. The ending was silly, but I loved it. It was like a good silly. Yeah, big fan. All right. I think there's going to be 3, maybe. Here's my guess. I might be wrong. 3 in a row that we haven't seen. Train Dreams.
I actually have.
All right. You've seen it. Is it as good as I've heard?
Train Dreams for me is an S.
Okay.
So. I would probably go high A. My only qualm with it is just I don't know. Like I don't know what it's trying to say. Like it kept on bringing back that one, which without spoiling it, but like one death that stayed with him throughout the film. I was like, why does that keep reappearing? Which I guess maybe it's probably something from the book that's re-echoed, but I love the family stuff. And it is like very Terrence Malick, and I love Terrence Malick. It does become like we're having this scene just so we can have an excuse to have an extremely beautiful shot. Which I'm like, fair. I think I might just need to see it again, but undeniably, like this is my pick for the most beautiful movie of the year. Like the cinematography is outstanding, and I hope it wins the Oscar for cinematography.
So, Zeb, what I'd ask you when we have Frankenstein, Wake Up Dead Man, and Begonia up in S, where does it belong with those 3, or is it down more with Sinners, Weapons, Marty Supreme?
I'm willing to keep it an A, but I still believe it should be an S. My argument for keeping it an S is because it really, really struck a chord with me. Without spoiling too much of the film, it's really akin to what we see in Robert Redford's Jeremiah Johnson. It's a gorgeous Western that is solely about love and loss, and a man trying to grapple with grief, surrounded by a changing world and environment in which he doesn't really have a part. And Sam, to your point about that one particular scene in the book, the main character actually participates in it.
Oh, whoa.
They didn't show it in the movie, and I think instead in the movie he's more complicit. And
Like he didn't stop it. Yeah.
Because he didn't stop. And I think that's the real grief that he's tackling. Like this is like a man who has gone to war in the logging industry and is just trying to grapple with what that really means, and whether or not he can ever, love again.
Yeah. To all of those points, like I really think that if I watch it again, and I want to watch it again at some point, I could see it going to S. So I would actually concede an S. Yeah.
I'll take the concession because the comp was Jeremiah Johnson, and if this is like Jeremiah Johnson, then I'm gonna love it.
When you watch it, if it's not, please call me and allow me to apologize.
Wicked for Good.
Didn't see it.
All right.
Did not.
Don't plan to. Not gonna lie. Utopia 2.
Didn't see it.
All right.
Seems that a lot of people did, especially in China. Well, that rounds out our list. So last thing we'll do, and then we'll take a quick 2-minute break, and then we'll end with our top 5 of the year for all of us. Let's just make sure we have these arranged the way we want. So S tier, we have Begonia, Frankenstein, Wake Up Dead Man, and Train Dreams. I would put Wake Up Dead Man at the front of S. I still really like Frankenstein.
Okay.
It's hard. They're too close for me to make a judgment call there.
Zeb, tiebreaker, Frankenstein or Wake Up Dead Man at the front?
Oh man, on what grounds? That's tough.
I liked the story of Wake Up Dead Man better, but again, I'm a book snob. I think the visuals of Frankenstein are better.
Okay, in that argument, I'm going to say Wake Up Dead Man takes the top because it's a unique story. Frankenstein is an adaptation and not necessarily the most accurate adaptation.
All right, cool. We have it got all funky on me. Weapons, Phoenician Scheme, Marty Supreme, K-pop Demon Hunters, Eddington, Bring Her Back, Avatar, and Sinners. Oof.
Sinners, Avatar, and Weapons should be top 3, not necessarily in that order.
Okay.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I think the bottom of the list for me is, well, it's hard because I haven't seen a lot of these.
K-pop should be at the bottom of the list.
Okay.
Respectfully. I haven't seen Marty Supreme either, though.
I loved it. I like this.
Yeah.
What do we think of this?
I think it's good.
Okay. B, One Battle After Another, Warfare. That's
Naked
Gun, The Monkey, The Lone Walk, Predator, Killer of Killers, Black Bag, Caught Stealing, 28 Years Later, Mission Impossible, Superman, Predator, Badlands, F1, Fantastic Four, and Thunderbolts. Whew, long list.
The Monkey and 28 Years Later should be 3rd and 4th.
Oh, you think so?
That's my opinion.
I think One Battle After Another almost has to be 1 just because of how well made it is.
I agree.
What do you think, Sam?
I think F1 probably needs F1 and Predator. I would put higher. That's my only take because a lot of these I haven't seen.
Okay. I'll put Caught Stealing low for Zeb. I think Black Bag should be pretty high, but to your point, Sam, it's not the most memorable film. Long Walk, I'm gonna go down. Naked Gun, I'm gonna go down. Warfare. Yeah, that's not bad. What did we have though? Superman was between. We maybe can't do this with B because this is not working for me. Is Thunderbolts better than Superman? What do you think, Sam?
I think so.
Okay. And Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Okay. I like this. I don't know how well you can see on the screen.
I'm good. I'm good with that.
Works for me.
All right, that was our biggest one. C. We've got CS Humble. Thanks for joining the live stream and saying Superman is better than Thunderbolts. Sorry, we disagree with you. Is Ballerina, Accountant 2, The Gorge, and How to Train Your Dragon. I kind of like exactly how this list is right now.
We got to rank our didn't watch. Which one did we not want to watch the most?
What?
Which one did we not want to watch the most?
Oh, who would that? What would that be? That'd be.
I feel like we were all kind of like Wicked for Good, like not really interested in that.
Or Jurassic World Rebirth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
LEO.
But yeah, it looks solid.
Cool. I like where we're at. I like Running Man at the bottom of D. Not a fan of that movie. Cool. Let's take our 2-minute break. Let me stop sharing my screen here. Oh, no. I do. I swear I'm a professional, people. Okay. Let's take a quick 2-minute break. Go ahead and mute yourselves and turn your cameras off, and I will do the same in a second. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We will be right back. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining us again. If you are either live, which I don't know if anyone is, or when we post this after recording. We've just finished our tier list ranking. Thanks for sticking around for that. And now to finish the show, we all have our top 5 favorites of 2025 list. Zeb, how about you kick us off, man? I'm going to put you in the corner there because I still have to think of my 5th. I have 4 solids. I'm fluctuating on my 5th one. So do you have your top 5?
I have my top 5.
All right. Let us hear it.
It's going to start off with Frankenstein, followed by Sinners, followed by Wake Up Dead Man, followed by Train Dreams, and finishing it off with F1. And not necessarily in that order.
Ooh, but if I asked, could you order them?
I could. It would probably go Wake Up Dead Man, Sinners, Frankenstein, Train Dreams, F1.
Why?
Sheer enjoyment, baby. Also, that's the same order in which it's the same order of movies that I've seen in the theaters versus not. I saw Frankenstein and Sinners in the theaters, and I saw Wake Up Dead Man and Train Dreams and F1 on a computer. So I don't think it's the same. What
was your number 1 again?
Sinners.
Yeah. Okay. And you've kind of given us those reasons why already, but is there anything you left on the cutting room floor when we talked about Sinners that you think makes it the best of 25?
Sinners is my favorite just because of how well it plays into the dynamic of early Jim Crow, Deep South. And having the vampires be immigrant Irish whites at a time when they were also prejudiced upon, not as much as African Americans. I really enjoyed seeing those two cultures clash because they both come from histories of music and faith, although two very different types of music and faith. And the scene that always sticks with me from Sinners is that dance sequence in the juke joint when they're going through centuries of history. And I'm coming at that from a real deep love of music and a profound appreciation for what music does to the human soul.
I like it. I'm going to go, Sam, we'll end with you since you're our guest, and you can kind of tell people where to find you again once you've given your list. So I'm going to go 5 is Black Bag. I know I didn't rank it super high on the tier list, but enjoyment level for me personally, I love Soderbergh. I love spy movies, and I think the combination of the two worked really well with a fantastic cast. I watched it in theaters. There wasn't very many people there. It was cool to walk out and kind of know I was one of the only people who had seen it, because I don't think it got a lot of hype. And I just think it's like 3 really compelling dinner scenes, and a well-done dinner scene always hits good. Bring Her Back is my 4. Not for everyone. I think a really, really good movie about grief and how to grieve and let go, but also, hang on, and the dangers that we can face if we try and cling to people on Earth, kind of. And I think the acting in it was absolutely phenomenal. I'm calling it right now. Oh, let me find her real quick. Her name that played the mom. Sally Hawkins is going to be the biggest Oscar snub of 25 because no one's going to remember that this movie came out, and they're not going to give her the respect she's owed. But she was absolutely phenomenal. Begonia is my number 3. It's a really, really good movie. I'm not going to say much about it because you just kind of have to go in with nothing in your head. Number 2 for me is Marty Supreme for the reasons I gave. I think it's really well made. It's incredibly uncomfortable, but that's the point. And I think the ambiguous ending can either sway you towards believing in a redemption arc, or can sway the way it did me, and it made it a better movie, sway me towards like, oh, nope, this is bad. Like he's not ready to be a father. And then my number 1 is Wake Up Dead Man. I think it was the best of the Knives Out trilogy. Very, very well done. I loved seeing a well-written priest character on the screen, and I think especially I loved, like Sam said, the phone call scene is just, I got chills when that came on.
Yeah.
So big fan. Wake Up Dead Man is my number one of 25. Sam, what is your top 5? And after that, if you could tell people one more time who you are, where to find you, and what your Substack's about.
Yeah, I think my number 5 is Avatar. Just like, in a sense, I would say number one, number one theatrical experience of the year. Like like more so than even the Way of Water. Just like I was I was refreshed with in the world by seeing the last one, so I felt more ready. Like he was able to throw a lot more things at the screen and at the story this time around. It was just awesome to see it with my brothers in IMAX 3D. I don't know the next time another IMAX 3D movie is going to come out. I mean, Avatar 4, but James Cameron sounds like he wants to do other things. But yeah, number 5 for sure. Number 4, Phoenician Scheme. Yeah, just probably the funniest movie I've seen this year, besides Wake Up Dead Man, but just like totally bonkers in a different way. And again, I'm always there for Anderson's shtick and style. Just is so like one of the only directors really doing that, like just going full on into a style. It's really cool. Besides Del Toro, which man, I think I'd put Weapons number 3. So before I get to Frankenstein, again, I talked about this. Like it's kind of guilty pleasure, just super fun. Really surprising, incredible premise. Really glad I went into it not having seen any trailers and knowing very little about this. It's just definitely wildest ending of the year. I don't know. Maybe if I watch The Monkey, that might surpass it. Number 2, I think yeah, Wake Up Dead Man. It's pretty close between that and Frankenstein. But again, just like I started like seeing these like really good reviews for it, and I was like, no way, it's that good. And then I was like, whoa, it actually was really good. And just being able to see it, the packed theater. I'm sad that with a lot of these movies that are Netflix movies, I'm sad that a lot of people weren't able to see it in theaters, but absolutely worth it. Been really fun to show people and hear what people think about it. So that's been cool. Frankenstein, number 1, Del Toro. He had my favorite movie of 2022, Pinocchio, as well, which was another one that really leaned into like Christian imagery, but also specifically just passion imagery, the crucifix, just the Christ figure in a very fascinating way that I never would have thought to do with Frankenstein. But just like this mishmash of Del Toro's own Catholic upbringing with his love of Frankenstein as a character in those movies that he grew up with, the original film with Boris Karloff, but just astoundingly beautiful. And the score is phenomenal. The production design is incredible. And I really want, the next time I watch it, I want to watch it in black and white, because I had a friend who said he watched it on a TV that was broken. And that it was only seen in black and white, and I'm like, that actually sounds amazing, and I feel like it would play very well. So there you go, Frankenstein, number 1. Good job, Netflix. You did something. I mean, a little credit to that, but they did give him the money to chase 2 of his passion projects at this point. So that's been really cool to see. But yeah, just where you can find me, 100catholicmovies.substack.com. If we apparently we're like, if you just look up Catholic movies, we are like the number 4 or 5 result. So it's hard to miss us. But yeah, 100 movies every Catholic should see. We try to put out new reviews every week. It's going to be a little bit of a slow period, January, but we're still consistently putting out movies on our list of 100 more movies. So please stay tuned to that. We're doing a series right now on food and film. So the last movie we did was a documentary called Jiro Dreams of Sushi, which is one of my favorites. The movie we did before that was Ratatouille. So we got 3 more in that list coming. Really excited for people to see it. So yeah, and then we hope to get our podcast back. We haven't done a podcast episode in a while. Last episode we did with Joseph Pierce, really awesome. So we hope to be back in a big way in 2026.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us, Sam. I had an absolute blast. I hope you did too, Zeb. This was our first live MeatHead Media, and we were glad to have such an awesome writer and movie reviewer on. We are, again, Meathead Media, a sort of, I guess, umbrella conglomerate of Fermented Fiction Presents. If you want to check us out, our Substack is Meathead Media. Actually, Zeb, is that you know it probably better than I do because you log on more than I do.
Meatheadmedia at substack.com or however that.
Substack.com. You can also find all of our articles on the Patreon for Fermented Fiction. They're free on there. They're free on Substack. We love doing this for free. But anyone listening, we always encourage, we'd love to do it even more paid. So our Patreon is got a lot of tiers from $5 to $30 over at Fermented Fiction at Patreon. We have some fun stuff. We have an invitation to a Discord if you pay just the lowest one. That's going to get you into possibly a book club. You're going to get the schedule for our year. You're going to get the possibility events, asking questions of big name authors. So we give quite a few cool, fun tier prizes over at Fermented Fiction's Patreon, and it's going to help both Fermented Fiction and Meathead Media. So if you could head over there, we'd really appreciate it. If not, also appreciate your audience. Thank you for being here with us today, and that'll be it. So goodbye.